Welcome back to the channel YouTube. Dan with Mulholland Billiard Channel right here. We are going to show you today how to do cushions on your pool table. We're going to do it quick to the point. We have my Gold Crown 1, which is a build series. I'll link a video for that right here. We're putting super speeds on this, and I'm just going to do it like just step by step, not going to get long-winded, just exactly how to do it with some tips along the way. So if you're going to enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot. And we have a $500 subscriber Q giveaway coming up, so get in on that. Enjoy the video. Okay, first step is get the rail off the table. That's pretty self-explanatory. Unfortunately, cloth is not very easy to get right now, and I wanted to try to salvage this, but I'm going to be shimming the pockets a good bit tighter, so I'm not going to be able to reuse this rail cloth, unfortunately. So anyway, you flip it over. I am going to try to keep this cloth, though. I might be able to reuse it on a bar box or something. So I'm going to pull the staples first, all the way down, flip it over, pull the feather strip out, and this piece of rail cloth should be big enough to fit on a Dynamo or a Valley. Anyway, pull those staples. I'll be right back. Okay, you don't need an actual specialty staple pulling tool. You can actually use, this is a little bit too big. You can use a regular flathead. A smaller one would work better than that. And then you're going to want to use a set of pliers to yank these out once you get them up like that. And that's all you do for that. All right, staples are out, and these nice facings I just did not that long ago have to come off. They should come off relatively easy. So keep those aside. I'm actually going to go even tighter on these pockets. So we will be doing, so you can see that Wellwood contact cement is, some people say you have to use the shoe repair stuff, but I've had good luck with this stuff over the years, honestly, so I think you can get away with that. Flip it over. If you're trying to reuse the cloth, which is very difficult to do, you can leave it down in the strip, but then you just start to get a screwdriver back into that little hole, like so, and just start getting your cushion off like that. And if they use the proper glue, this should come right off and not be that big of an issue, which this was obviously done with the proper glue. Some companies use something that they shouldn't, either like a super glue or something that actually just like bonds it to the wood, and then you're kind of in a bad spot. So then, since I am going to be changing this rail cloth out, I'm going to go ahead and pull this strip out as well. Like so. And then you just pull that out the whole way down. Okay, our feather strip actually broke, but since it's my table, I'm just going to leave it. You know, you're not going to notice it. If you do it properly, you can put that one back in. You'll never see it. I do have some new ones up there I could plane and put back in, but since it's my table, we're just going to leave it be. Anyway, on to the next trick. Okay, got the strips taped in so that they stay with the rail they came off of. And then what I like to use is a grinder with a flap disc on it. Some guys like to use an actual grinder or like a Dremel or something, but I find it a little bit easier to just use an actual sanding flap disc. So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, this will get loud, but all you're trying to do is just use that flap disc to get down through the glue that was on it, and then through the glue that was on where the facings are right here. So that's all you're trying to accomplish. All right, as you can see, we got down past almost all the glue, and we're ready to wipe that down by hand a little bit with some sandpaper and get some glue on there. All right, cleaned up anything that I may have like made a little edge or lip, especially across this top right here where the top of the cushion goes. Sanded that all down with 100 grit. Then I just take a little bit of denatured alcohol or something like that, and then I just give it a good wipe down like this to just pick up any dust and debris that you can to just, you know, clean that off a little bit just to make a little bit better adhesion. Okay, so you get your contact cement, and I get these little brushes at Harbor Freight. They work perfect. And you just start by putting a thin to medium coat on the wood, and then you do the same thing on the cushion. Okay, now you just let that set up per the instructions on whatever contact cement you're using. Let it get dry just to where it tells you to, and then I'll come back with the next part. Okay, glue has set up, and we are ready to put the cushion on. Now, as long as you ordered the correct cushion for your table, and if you have any questions, just drop a comment, I can help you out with that. All your main goal is to make sure that you get the top of this cushion, which the fabric side is the top, dead level with the top of your piece of wood here. What I like to do is hold this end up and out like so, and then I like to get it started like this, and then what I do is I just take my all 4 fingers and I keep it flush with the top of that rail as I push this on like so. And as you keep going, you slowly bring this part closer to the rail and just keep working your way down nice and slow like so. Okay. All right, check for any high or low spots. We are good. And then what I like to do is just give it like a preliminary, like just a push like this, nothing crazy. The first push, I just give it a little squeeze like so. Then I come back with I really get that thing pushed really tight, just a real hard push like so. The whole way down, every ½ inch, you want to get that a nice bond. All right, now I just let that sit. I've been letting these sit overnight, and that's usually what I do is just glue them up and let them sit, and they get nice and cured by the next day. Then you can start doing the rest of the project. Okay, then what I do, it's the next day, our glue set up nice. I come back and I clean this whole edge up across the top here and make it just really, really clean, because you're gonna feel this when you're shooting, and you're gonna feel this under the cloth a little bit. So I go through and hit that with the grinder a little bit with like that sandpaper I have on there is very fine grit, so it's not gonna like tear stuff up. Now, what the next thing you do, and I'll do it on videos, you get a straight edge and you draw your lines. I'll do that right now. Okay, if you're happy with the way your table plays, this part does not pertain to you. However, these Gold Crown 1s and a lot of Gold Crowns are known to have the pocket angle is kind of too far out, and balls don't play quite right around the mouth of the pocket. So what I'm doing on mine is you find your stock angle like this. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this angle just a wee little bit like that. And I'm going to set this so that it's the same for every single corner pocket. And we're going to just ever so slightly. These tables don't play terrible, so we're not going crazy like this. But I am going to change this angle just a little bit, and we're gonna see how that plays, and it should make a big difference with how this table plays. Anyway, then you get your Sharpie, draw your line. Okay, as you see, I made a line off of the bottom of where the facing will glue, and a line off of where the top. Then what you do is you take a brand new razor blade and you follow your line and you overcut by just about 1/4 inch or so. Then you take it the rest of the way in with the grinder. And as you can see, that works very well. And you can also see how I changed that angle just a wee little bit. And I will see how that plays. I'm going to shim this thing up pretty tight down to like 4 1/4. Okay, now that's all there's left to do is the same thing with the rubber cement like you did. Glue on this side, glue on here, let it tack up, glue it on, clean up any imperfections you have along the top and bottom of the facing, and you're done.